Okay, so today I actually have quite a bit of a weird one here. Today we're actually going to be taking a look at Demonfall 2. Now, at first I wasn't really too sure if this was actually Demonfall 2, mainly because I'd never heard of Demonfall 2. I never seen anyone speak about Demonfall 2, so obviously I was a little bit skeptical. But there are a lot of the same developers for this game that there was on Demonfall, and I'm not inside the Demonfall server, so I can't really cross-reference check. But if you type it in Demonfall 2 inside of the search within Discord, everybody is saying, is this Demonfall 2, Demonfall 2, Demonfall 2? And there is a channel inside of the Discord server that also says Demonfall, where people are typing in their username, I think. I'm not too sure. Either that or they're just joining each other's servers to do raids. Something along those lines. So I'm very sure this is Demonfall 2. So I don't actually know anything about the game, and Demonfall was actually a big deal, especially when it officially released. You guys know my Demonfall arc was extensive. I was on the game every day for hours straight. So Demonfall 2 is actually a big deal, and apparently it's in testing. So it's within its testing period, and if this game's in testing, that means release could possibly be this year. So Demonfall 2 exists, is real. Let's hop inside the Discord server and actually check this out, because just like you guys, I'm actually really curious to find out what the heck this is. Now once you're inside the Discord server, you can see it says Kagura or Kagura. It says Kagura. Now it says it's in testing, which is how you know it's in testing. We got some facts here. We're actually just gonna, this video is literally just deep diving and looking at sneaks. So information, access, game, whatever. Game's designed for public release. The game is designed for public release. There are major content updates I want to release in CC before I make it public. So obviously the game's in testing right now, so from this it looks like the game's going to go into a closed community before it goes public, before it gets free to play for everybody. So that's pretty interesting. If you're new, this game was open for some months and has had public testing. There's legitimate ways to gain CC via game invite, or should I say via in-game events such as photos posted when it's CC out. I don't really care about that. Is the game more mobile compatible? As of right now, console compatibility is being worked on, but it's not a priority until we near public release. There is a console feature in the game for PC players who want to use controller, but currently dealing with issues in remaking some of the UI. So the game will have mobile and console compatibility when it's going near public release, just to answer that question. And is this a bandit beta? No, it's primarily PvP. So this is going to be a PvP game, which is super weird because it's a completely different direction from Demonfall. So I do want to see the game's combat systems. There's PvE aspects regarding large bosses, which you can see in sneaks. Okay, we're actually going to check out some sneaks in a second. There are bandits as well, but they're very intelligent. Okay, that's kind of interesting. And to giveaways need to be level 10. Let's actually check out some sneaks. That's what we're here for, honestly. Kagura, what's this, the loading screen? This is definitely the loading screen. What else would it be, bro? Let's actually just indulge in it. There's no sound here, so that's a long loading screen. Okay, yeah, it looks just like Demonfall. The models look just like Demonfall, so it looks like they're not really straying away from the old models that the OG Demonfall used. So they're probably using some of Demonfall's back-end coding for this game. Okay, let's check that out. Mugen Train. Oh, so you can actually have a ticket to enter the Mugen Train. Interesting. No way this is the loading screen, right? Maybe this is this Mugen Train event. Menu screen working in progress. That's a weird menu screen, I'm not gonna lie. So here we have some models. That's obviously a demon. Okay, combat. Here we go. Those are some delayed pickaxe sounds. Okay, so you're gonna be able to mine within Demonfall 2. Copyright music, I'm gonna mute. Okay, so obviously they have the Sekiro UI here. This looks like a boss. You can tell it's a boss through the, is that the health bar? The boss's health bar being down here is pretty weird though. I would expect it to be in somewhere up here because that's usually how they do bosses. Having a boss's health bar low is pretty weird. In my opinion, that's weird. You don't usually see UI like that. That move looked pretty crazy. Okay, there's not much information to get from that. This looks like a giant mine shaft. There's a bunch of diamonds or crystals or whatever this may be. And look, you can see a mining cart. So this is definitely a mining area. So we're probably going to be able to mine materials for different weapons, swords, Nichiren blades. God knows, bro. The clothing looks very chunky. I guess that's the style they're going for with the game. You could tell that it looks very similar to Demonfall's VFX. I actually kind of like it. The clothes is a bit weird though, I won't lie to you. Okay, so this is a water style attack. The spinning blade move. Nothing crazy. I want to see some real combat here. So this is from March 14th. All of it has copyright music playing. Whoever's PC this is kind of terrible. No, that water move is pretty broken. Okay, so this is a parry based game. Interesting. Oh, those are NPCs. Those aren't even players. It's NPCs. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The sneaks are they're too short for me to actually be able to determine anything from them. Okay, so it's definitely a parry-based game. This looks like some sort of ultimate move or finishing move. Oh my gosh, more copyright music. Let's see this again. How are you meant to parry that? That's gonna be super interesting to parry. Because lightning is super fast, right? If it's accurate to Demon Slayer, it's gonna be super hard to parry lightning abilities here. Honestly, I don't know. It doesn't look bad. It definitely doesn't look bad. But something about it is kind of different to me. Maybe it's because I'm just not used to seeing Demonfall. It kind of gives me what's it called? What's that other Demon Slayer game called? The closed community one. Demon Hunter? It gives me Demon Hunter vibes. I feel like this game's a little bit more less clunky than Demon Hunter though. But this definitely gives me Demon Hunter vibes. The moves are a little bit more flashy as well. At least from the lightning I've seen so far. It doesn't look bad. I actually want to try it. I want to get my hands on this so I can actually feel it for myself. Yeah, definitely parry based. If you couldn't tell already, right? Oh, I want to see some more extended fights. It will be nice to have a Demonfall too. I know the Hakuda players are gonna love this one. That actually looks pretty crazy. And then at the end of that, it teleports you. That move looks dangerous right there. More copyright music. I want to hear the sound effects, but I can't, man. The clothing looks clunky, but I feel like it's gonna grow on me. Because though it looks clunky here, the Hiyori doesn't look too bad on the character. I'm gonna rewind that a little bit. So this is definitely a PvE fight. The PvE looks more playable than it does on Type Soul, I'll give you that. This is definitely a good successor to Demonfall. I'm not gonna lie, as I'm watching more sneaks, the game is definitely growing on me. It's actually growing on me. Lightning might be a fan favorite. The game's definitely growing on me. Hopefully when the game gets closer to public release, there's more things in the overworld though. This definitely looks empty and big. And what scares me about empty and big Demon Slayer games is that you have to run around the whole map, essentially just looking for where you have to go. I know Demon Hunter is a lot of running. So this is more of probably like the testing place stuff. This is clearly earlier. Muzan. Oh, you actually got to dive down the castle, which is pretty cool. Don't know what that is. I'm gonna ignore it. Okay, you can tell these are older sneaks. That looks pretty fire. You can tell these are because it has a completely different UI here. So from the space of February to now, they've actually changed the game up quite a bit, which is actually really good, which means the devs are consistently trying to improve the game. It's always good when you see improvements in short time frames because it means the developers are actually going, like, they're actually going crazy. They're trying. A lot of games will look the same 3 years later, whereas this is consistently getting improved. So shout out to the developers. Y'all are putting your backs in this for real. I actually like it. It definitely looks like a good successor to Demonfall. Because Demonfall's combat system, you guys know how it was. It wasn't bad, but it kind of had that infinite combo simulator going on if you had the right builds. This definitely looks like it's going to be interesting. I'm actually curious. Some older testing place stuff. This is my first time seeing all of this stuff as well, so I'm actually really curious. So probably some demons we're going to be fighting as slayers. You guys know I always go slayers, or I don't like playing as a demon. The game visually has improved a lot since a lot of these older sneaks as well. Unless I'm tripping. But it looks completely different down here to what it looks like up there. I might be tripping. I'm not gonna lie, I think we've gone over enough sneaks. How? Oh wait, they were literally at the start. Yeah, these are super old sneaks. You can tell the quality looks way lower than the later sneaks. They should definitely revamp. Hopefully it's not the same. What's this, butterfly or insect? Hopefully it's not the same. It does low-key look a little bit underwhelming here. But I'm not gonna lie, Demonfall 2 looks pretty interesting. I will put the link to the server down below. You guys let me know what you think. This actually looks pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm curious. I'm curious.